We think it's a good compromise, a good start.
In the wake of Governor Tim Walz's peacetime emergency order, which places a 30-day moratorium on evictions, some House Republicans have come up with an emergency housing assistance program to protect both the property owners and their tenants. They say it's all in an effort to clear up some misunderstandings of what the current eviction moratorium actually means.
Even yesterday dealt with 7 residents at a property in South Minneapolis that were under the assumption that the governor said if they so choose, they don't have to pay rent. And this is those that are employed.
Right now, the current moratorium protects those who can't pay rent from being evicted each month, but under this new assistance program, the legislation would provide $30 million in funding for renters and homeowners who have been impacted financially or personally by COVID-19.
It would also give certainty to the property owners and tenants of a 60-day eviction moratorium, as well as a 30-day extension if the governor so chooses.
This would extend the governor's eviction moratorium until June 24th at the latest, with no further extensions allowed solely by executive action, which Governor Walz opposes the bipartisan agreement.
We're supportive of language in that eviction moratorium to make sure that the proper people are getting help.
In Minneapolis, Devon Rahming, KARE 11 News.
Senators Westrom and Weber will present this proposal on Monday.